We'll start with a brief prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to also observe a moment of silence for the folks in Uvalde, Texas, please. Lord, I pray for your guidance as always with all the decisions we make here and with the lawmakers at all the levels of government that are trying to make positive decisions to affect the outcomes of tragedies like Uvalde just suffered. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Emmett, can you have the roll call, please?
Mr. Hope,
Here.
Mrs. DeCiato. Here. Mr. Bogowski,
Here.
Mr. Collins,
Here.
Mr. Enslin,
Here.
Mr. Gershie,
Here.
Mr. Gambita,
Here.
Mr. Auckland.
Mr. Auckland will not be here tonight.
I have his property. And Mr. Wood.
Here.
Dr. Barrett,
Here.
Dr. LaRosa. Here. Ms. Emmett is here. Mr. Gogorski,
Here.
Mrs. Bradley,
Mrs. Bradley, Mr. Pigeon, Ms. Watson, and Mr. Barr, and Dr. Szymanski are excused this evening.
Mrs. Miller. Here. Mrs. Fitzsimmons.
Here.
Ms. DeKnight.
Here.
Mrs. Gregory.
Here.
Mrs. Liptak.
Here.
Mr. Seaman.
Here.
And Mr. Black.
Here.
Attorney Ellis is excused tonight. Mr. President, you have 8 members present with a proxy for Mr. Auckland.
Thank you. We'll go on to number 5, the approval of minutes. Can I have a motion for that, please?
I move that we approve the minutes of the special meeting held on April 20th, 2022 for the presentation of the narrative budget, of the minutes for the board work session on April 27th, 2022, and the regular board meeting, and adoption of the tentative budget, which was held May 4th, 2022.
That motion was made by Mr. Gershie and seconded by Mr. Gambita. All in favor, is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed by saying no? Are there any abstentions? That motion carries. Number 6, treasurer's reports. Can I have a motion for that, please?
I move to accept the treasurer's reports for the general and food service. All set.
That one was made by Mr. Gogolski and seconded by Mr. Wood. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed by saying no? Any abstentions? Motion carries. A motion for number 7, please, the approval of bills.
I move for the approval of bills from the general and food service accounts.
I'll second. Motion was made by Mr. Gogolski and seconded by Mr. Wood. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed by saying no? Are there any abstentions? Motion carries. Move on to number 8, student recognition. Mr. Gogorski, is that yours?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, members of the board. Tonight we would like to recognize 2 seniors who medaled at the PIAA State Track and Field Championships on May 28th, 2022. Richie Reed is the son of Sarah and Richard Reed of Lake Ariel. Richie won a pole vault gold medal at the District 2 Track and Field Championships with a District 2 record vault of 14 feet 6 inches. Richie went on to earn a 5th place medal at the PIAA State Championships with a vault of 12 feet 6 inches. This fall, Richie will attend Johnson College for advanced manufacturing, and we want to congratulate Richie and his parents on a fantastic accomplishment. We'd also like to recognize Ella Dewar. Ella is the daughter of Erica and Joe Dewar of Lake Ariel. Ella won gold medals in the high jump and the pole vault at the District 2 track championships with the District 2 record vault of 12 feet 6 inches, breaking the record of 12 feet 3 inches set in 2019 by Western Wayne alum Trina Barcarola. Ella went on to earn a gold medal at the PIAA State Championships with a vault of 11 feet 6 inches. This fall, Ella will attend Mount St. Mary's University in Maryland. And congratulations to Ella. On behalf of the administration and the school, we'd certainly like to congratulate Richie and Ella on their fantastic accomplishments. Congratulations to their parents. Furthermore, we'd like to congratulate and recognize our track and field coaches, especially head coach Justin Collins and assistant coach Bob Amos for training these athletes to maximize their potential. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to Richie and Ellen. I have a hard time going up a ladder 14 feet. So that's great to see. And Mr. Amos and Mr. Collins, we've seen over the last few years how our pole vaulting especially has really taken off, and the kids have been doing fantastic. I'm sure that's attributed to your coaching as well as their ability. So thank you. All right. Oh, yes, if any of you would like to speak out, now's a great time. If you don't want to stay for the rest of the meeting, you're welcome to stay. All right, next we have in recognition of the public. Is there anyone that would like to speak?
I could use clarification, please.
Sure.
When Ms. Emmett wasn't at the last meeting, I'd asked about the cost for charter schools per student. So I brought my little cheat sheet that you had from the budget, and if it's $17,000 per student, and we have 100, two and a half million?
Well, it's 17,000, a little bit over that for a regular ed student.
Mhm.
It's closer to 38,000 for a special ed student.
Okay.
And there's a combination of the number of students in that 100. So it's not the 17,000 times 100. It's about 75, roughly 75 times the 17, and then about 25 at the 38,000. Yeah. To get to
Okay.
that 2.5.
All right. Do you know how many of each we added recently? I understand there were more recently as compared to in the past, that were up to 100
Don't
students.
have those numbers tonight as far as
Okay.
which category they would have fallen into. I
Okay.
do not have that.
All right. So when we consider hiring the folks to help us encourage students to coming back, is that going to be, information going to be available for us? Yes,
Yes.
okay. All right, great. Thank you. Anybody else? No? I had one other question. We seem to not have a number on item that we're going to be voting on this evening. The one for the strength, number 28, the cost,
Which number is that?
number
That'd be a
28.
athletics agreement, correct, with trainer?
Right, there's not a
So that
cost
one
to the
we
district.
we're not going to have a final number for that because there may be some additional time that they would utilize. But I can give you the general contract amounts. It's $30 an hour, which will include 470 hours of training during the school year, and then 60 hours of training during the summer.
So $30 per hour, and is there a ceiling on that amount?
2.5 hours per day,
Okay,
5 days a week.
so what would be the maximum then the district would be intending on spending on that?
Again, if we do ask the individuals to provide additional sessions, courses, et cetera, that may be a factor in that, so I can't give a definite off the top.
Is that customary to have an open-ended amount for
Well,
additional
it does
training?
specify the terms there.
Mhm.
You can calculate that out, if you so desire, but again, if there are other parameters that
Okay.
we would asked to
So,
provide.
I'm just not familiar with having an open-ended contract for sporting.
It's not necessarily open-ended. It's spelled, we have the language here.
Okay,
It's an
so-
hourly position with the parameters.
Mhm.
Correct.
Right. Because most of our athletics, the coaches have a certain amount they're given per season, and this does not.
Right, because it's not one season, right? They cover.
It's not a bargaining unit position. This is an independent contractor.
Okay, so we won't know until you're done.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Is there anyone else that have any? Okay. We'll move on, then we're going to do the enrollment report is there for your reading. Numbers are pretty much stable at this point, I believe, so I don't think they moved much in the last month. We're going to do a block consent vote on numbers 11 through 37N. We have a correction for number 37B, number 1. That is a resignation, not a retirement. So note that change, please. 37B1. Do any other board members have any other out of that group that you'd like to withhold? All right, we have a motion for that.
I make
Block
that
consent.
motion for items 11 through 37N with the correction as noted.
That motion was made by Mr. Gershie and seconded by Mr. Enslin. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed by saying no? Are there any abstentions? All right, that block motion carries. On to number 38. Tara Morcom has attained tenure in the Western Wayne School District. We have important dates coming up. Some of these have already passed. I won't read the ones that have already passed here. Is that okay? So we'll move on to June 9th, no school for a teacher in service. June 10th, last day of school. June 10th is also graduation in the stadium at 6 p.m. And so far, it looks like the weather's going to hold out for us. We have a student intern from Marywood University, Mackenzie Byers, school counseling, fall and spring 22 and 23. Robert D. Wilson, Erica Germani in spring 2023 at the high school under Matt Fitzsimmons. University of Scranton student intern Julian Paulus in the fall of 2022, high school under Matthew Fitzsimmons. Do we have any correspondence?
We do, sorry, go ahead. Okay, we do have one item that did come in to Dr. Barrett and I from the Department of Ed, just letting us know that they reviewed our single audit report. Our single audit report tracks all of our federal spending, which in the last year or two have included all of the ESSER funds. And they've notified us that everything is in substantially in compliance with all of the state regulations for the federal money for the state. So that was for the year, June 30th, 2021 school year.
Good. And that's it? Is there anything else? Superintendent's report, we've read the assistant superintendent's report, principal's reports, federal programs. Do we have any for that? Is there any other business?
Just like to take a moment to congratulate Katie and Eric, and I don't believe Jillian is here this evening, but congratulations on obtaining employment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck, Mary. Let's see. Future meetings. Before I get to that, though, I did want to offer, Mr. Collins' mother passed away this morning, so we'd like to offer our condolences to him and his family.
Thank you.
And but on a personal note, my youngest is going to graduate on Friday, we've been involved in the district now for 20, we had a student here for 22 years. And as they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And a lot of you folks, all of you folks, have been part of our village. So I'd like to thank you because they've all turned out pretty good. Thank you for everything that you've all done over the last 22 years for my family. All right, let's see, we'll recess for the month of July. There will not be a regular July meeting unless it becomes necessary. Our next meeting will be August 10th at 6 p.m. Board work session with a public board meeting to follow in the boardroom. And there was a meeting held on May 31st at 6 p.m. and that was a work session. Safety and Security Coordinator's report was presented during the executive session in the admin building here. As long as- Oh, that was before, I'm sorry.
No, but for tonight.
Oh, we did, we had one, we had an executive session prior to tonight's meeting as well. All right, if nobody has anything else, motion.
First, I want to welcome you two, and second, the Evergreen PTA. Mr. Hulk and I have to
Yes.
attend that meeting. Those women do a very good job, very good job. We're lucky to have them.
Yes, yeah, they did a nice job. And the sports banquet as well, we had Mrs. Barcarola hosted, and she was quite funny, and Mr. Reed, she was quite entertaining, and I think Mr. Reed was part of that entertainment. So it was a nice event.
And senior night also.
Yes.
It was a great event.
Yeah.
Did you hear that students from Western Wayne, $4.1 million in various scholarships earned? That's something I think we can all be proud of.
Well, what's that, even like half the class, 90
Above and above, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, teachers and administration.
Yes, thank you. All right, a motion to adjourn. All right. Meeting adjourned.